listen to that station. At least you start with that station every morning. So if I can get you to go, hey, come back and listen to me tomorrow, because Bob Clark has Susanna Martinez at the 9 o'clock hour, you know, and so hopefully we're, again, getting you to come back and visit with us. On music, again, we look at how do we pick our songs. Well, a lot of that's pretty easy because we look at what is selling, you know, what is being downloaded right now. That's not solely what we do, but that's a big piece of it. You know, if there's a particular artist that's blowing up, once in a while we go against the grain. Right now on our country station, one of the top country stations in the United States right now is a Justin Timberlake song. I don't get it. We haven't added that yet. Different formats. Again, I mentioned top 40 listeners. They wanted to listen to the coolest stuff and they want to hear it over and over and over again. So we spin those times. Sometimes that song we spin 100 times in a week. Whereas Ed, it's variety. So we've got a deep playlist. We play probably 5 times the number of songs that KBFM does because you want variety on that station. So we program those, again, for what that listener is kind of looking for. The sound of the station, we try to make it so that, again, it matches what the audience is. A jazz station, you know, they want it to feel like a spa. They don't want it loud. They don't want it in your face. They just want it they just want to mellow out a little bit. Whereas, again, a top 40 station, they want fireworks. So we give them fireworks. Talent, again, we get great cards all the time. I can tell you exactly when Steph Duran comes on, how she does hour by hour, and when she has a good book, she gets paid more. When she has a not so good book, we find out, is it her fault or is it the music's fault? What can we do to change that to make sure that we drive listenership? But we definitely put in here, it's kind of like a sports uniform. Whatever day part you're in, we want there to be some feel that from day part to day part, it feels the same, so that you kind of know what you're getting into when you come back.
So on your quality, do you measure, monitor like dead air time or transitions or over on occasion when you listen to the radio and one advertisement will go over another or the speaker? Is that the type of quality that you guys looking for?
We don't measure that, but chances are we know about that. And what's happening a lot of the time for that, everything's automated. I mean, there's so much automation. Yes, Juan's in during middays on Creston. He's actually pushing buttons. But in morning drive, there's nobody in that studio. We do have people that come in and do traffic, but everything is fired on. There is a sound, and it'll play a song. Or there's a sound, and this music will stop, and we'll go into a commercial break. And it's really incumbent upon our program directors and our talent to make sure that we make that station sound as good as possible. But once in a while, something's going to be on top of each other, or once in a while, there will be a little bit of dead air. And that's just, unfortunately, that's kind of what radio is right now until we get better systems to help with that.
Just briefly, you may have talked about this a bit. How do you validate the commercial with the end result? Exactly. I mean, it's just the survey data coming back from these 3 entities you mentioned, or how do you do that so that you know you're getting what you think you're getting?
Well, really, from the commercial standpoint, it really comes back to sitting down with an advertiser to go, did it happen? Did what we agreed on and what you wanted to have happen, did that happen?
So sales, they let you know if it's sales.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. They let me know if it didn't work. Sometimes they go, well, maybe it kind of worked. You should give me a better deal next time.
I was wondering if you did any kind of like customer or client satisfaction surveying of your own clients after you deliver their advertising.
That's a great question. We don't have a formal plan, if you will, but I go on a ton of sales calls by myself. And it's not to get my AEs, my account executives, keeping them out of the picture, but sometimes they'll be more upfront with me whether we did a good job or where we can do a better job. So I make sure that I'm very present in the market. And I talk to a lot of advertisers. Today was my day off, and I was at 2 calls before I came here. So
Do you use a lot of like couponing to track those sales results? I know they do that on NPR a lot.
we don't. And one of the things that happens a lot in our business, advertisers want to go, tell them that you heard it on KRST. And I tell them no, that I won't do that. Because here's the reality. Everybody here's probably been to McDonald's in the past 3 months. Maybe? No? Has anybody been there?
It ain't working.
All right, let's say you did, all right? Jesus.
We're old.
It's only for young people. That's why we didn't go. I use McDonald's as an example because it's the largest advertiser in the United States.
Wow.
And I use them for an example to go, okay, did you go to McDonald's in the past 3 months? Yes, I did. What got you there? Was it because you passed by the Golden Arches? Was it the commercial that you heard on radio? Was it the TV spot that you played that morning? Where was it? They buy 10 stations. Which one was it? People don't know. They just don't. They want to tell you though, so they'll go, well, I've heard you. You know, and I ask advertisers to do this as a test sometimes. Did you see us on TV? Yes, I did. They don't use TV. I go, do that. Do a survey in your business. People don't know because you get bombarded again with 2,000 messages a day. They don't know where they heard you. They just know that they're hungry. They want a hamburger and they want in. And something clicked that made them want to go get that $2 special. So I really shy away from saying you heard it unless you're going to do something extravagant as far as I'm going to give you $1,000 off a car. Okay, do that because that's compelling where they're going to go, I want to tell you that because that's value to me. But just answering your survey of why I came in to buy a hamburger, I don't care. I just want my hamburger to let me go. So, but again, it really comes down to that advertiser. They're very forthcoming whether it's working or not. And one of the things that we do when we sell a month-long or year-long campaign, and we're staying in touch with that advertiser to go, and I know this verbatim. It happens every time. You're brand new to radio. I know it works, and you should know it works because your mom's going to call you and your friends are going to call you. They're going to go, I heard you on the radio. Nobody else is going to walk in the door to go, man, I heard you. They don't care. They come in to do business with you. So if your mom told you or your kids told you or your friends told you, well, other people are listening and they hear it as well. But we really sit down and again go over what that advertiser is trying to accomplish. And is that happening? Are you seeing more people? Are more people walking through the door? And it drives me crazy when I hear people say that, well, I saw a bunch more people, but I don't know that it's working. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me, but did you sell more? Yeah, we sold more, but I don't, okay. And we deal with that all the time. Again, they want people to walk in the door to go, I heard your commercial and you said this and that's why I'm here. Well, that's just not, it's not how people do things.
Does it drive you crazy that there are so many good companies, and I'm talking specifically food companies, that don't advertise, and yet you know they should?
I was going to ask you, we don't hear Wendy's locally.
Wendy's is
On the radio.
They're a heavy TV advertiser. Yeah, of course that drives me crazy. It drives me crazy when I've got data to go, you should be on the air. I did one study, I showed that Scarborough information, and I was talking to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and this was in Kansas City. And we didn't index well at all. They're like, why the heck would I buy your radio station? I go, you're not inviting them in. Let me show you what Church's Chicken is doing. They're advertising on me, and we're blowing the doors off. My audience is eating chicken. They're just not eating yours because you don't talk to them. And they didn't do it. So, so those kind of things, yes, it drives you crazy. And it drives you crazy sometimes. Look, one of the things we don't do, we don't guarantee results. And part of the reason I don't guarantee results is I might get them on your car lot, but if you don't have anybody that's nice and they don't buy, that's not my fault, that's your fault. So I have no control over whether the receptionist was nice to him. I have no control over the quality that you provide. The only thing I have control over is talking to my people. And it does hurt me whenever all the stars align and it doesn't work. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't work. And we work with that advertiser to change copy. Okay, so that isn't working. Let me change it to this. So one of the things that we can do that television can't. I can produce you a commercial and get you on the air in a couple of hours. They have to, and it's expensive to cut a TV commercial because it just is. But so it's inexpensive for creative. So if it's not working, let's try something else.